more on the cave rescue in Thailand and how those children and their coach managed to stay alive for 10 days before rescuers finally found them. Our foreign correspondent, James Longman, has been covering this from the start, and he joins us now with those details. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Michael. An extraordinary moment here as we are now learning that entire team is now free of that cave. All 12 players and their coach have made it out. They are all either in the hospital or on their way there. It's an extraordinary thing. And as we're learning more about the kinds of conditions they've survived. New details this morning about just how that soccer team, who left their bikes at the mouth of the cave before embarking on what was supposed to be a joyful excursion, managed to survive in treacherous conditions nearly 3 miles into the rock, losing all sense of time.
Tomorrow, Monday. You have been here 10 days.
The water, both a threat and a lifeline, while avoiding the murky depths around them for fear of disease. They were able to drink the clear mineral water trickling down through the rocks. The team also went into the cave with a bit of food. Local press spoke to a woman who says she sold the team snacks like these, chips, sodas and orange drinks, before they followed their 25-year-old coach, Ekapol Chanthawong, into the caves for a fun excursion after practice. Rescuers say Ekapol, who remains in the cave, is one of the weakest members of the group because he selflessly gave all his snacks to the team. An orphan who lost his parents at age 10, Ekapol trained as a monk and has taught the boys to meditate in order to save their energy and remain calm underground. Lack of sleep, combined with being stripped of nearly all their senses, can lead to hallucination and paranoia in just 3 days.
This is a part of a survival mechanism. It's simply something the brain is trying to do to help the person have some sense of normalcy in a very abnormal situation.
Their bond as teammates, critical to their survival, relying on touching and hand-holding to reassure them in the darkness.
It was an affirmation that they were still alive, they were together.
In 2010, 33 Chilean miners were trapped for 69 days underground, extracted one by one to the sound of cheers. Becoming worldwide celebrities, they were even the subject of a Hollywood film.
This is all the food we have left. We have to ration.
But just months after their rescue, most of those miners said they still felt the negative effects, including Alex Vega, who spoke to 60 Minutes at the time.
Whenever I hear a noise, I get scared and look around me. My heart beats faster, I can't go into small spaces, I'm taking 5 or 6 pills a day now.
This soccer team, who relied on each other to survive the physical demands of the cave, will likely need to lean on each other outside the cave as well. Some absolutely dire conditions for those boys to have spent all this time in, but we understand most of them are in pretty good health. They're on their way or either at the hospital now. This country is jubilant about this news. Michael.
All right, thank you so much, James. Let's bring in our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Jennifer Ashton. And Doc, when you looked at that report, it makes it even more remarkable that these boys were okay, and most of them made it out okay. But we hear about PTSD. So how likely is it that they will suffer from PTSD?
Well, listen, we're hearing about that, and we have psychologists and mental health experts running the gamut between those saying, no, they'll be fine, they're resilient children, athletes, and then those saying for sure they're going to be suffering their whole life. That's speculation. The fact of the matter is we just don't know. You know, I don't think anyone would be surprised if there's an element of PTSD, but it's really important to remember the developmental stage of these boys. And it's different when you talk about younger adolescents to older adolescents, but this is a time where there's a high interest in being attached to your peer group. There's a striving for independence. They want respect of others, and the older boys want to take on a leadership role. All of those developmental tasks could have actually played a major role in saving their lives through this ordeal.
And you said some of the biggest concerns facing these kids, it's basic. It's hydration, it's nutrition, it's temperature. So walk us through what's going on that's occurring in the ambulance, in the hospital, and also in the helicopter once they're out.
When they get into that ambulance, Michael, and then they get airlifted to the hospital, there's an assessment that occurs literally in seconds. It's basic vital signs. What's their oxygenation, their core temperature, their blood pressure and heart rate. Diving for a prolonged period of time is incredibly dehydrating as you breathe through that mouthpiece. They're going to establish intravenous access, start getting them fluids. Then when they get to the hospital and they run blood tests and x-rays and blood cultures and wound cultures if necessary, there goes by an organ-by-organ system approach approach and evaluation to make sure heart, brain, kidneys, skin, everything is functioning and optimized. And that's where the true medical stabilization is occurring.
Because we heard so much about infection. We've heard so much they've been quarantined. They didn't get a chance to necessarily see their parents when they came out.
Right.
So what's going on with that?
Well, listen, the infection thing, again, speculation, that's the major concern here. There can be infections. Those can be treated. And that's out of an abundance of caution, both for the patient and the surrounding people, including their family.
All right, Doc, thank you so much. And I got to say, it's really amazing these boys are okay.
It really is.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.